in the heart of a vast snow-covered wilderness. A scene of devastation breaks the pristine silence. The twisted metal of a small plane lies scattered amongst the pines, a stark reminder of a journey cut tragically short. But amidst the wreckage, a flicker of life, a flash of ginger fur. This is Phoenix, a cat who just survived the impossible. Emerging from a mangled piece of the fuselage, he's scared, disoriented, but miraculously, he's alive. His small body trembles, not just from the biting cold, but from the shock of his ordeal. The world he knew, one of warmth, comfort, and the gentle hand of his human, has vanished in an instant. Now he's alone, a tiny domestic creature thrust into the unforgiving embrace of nature. The silence is deafening, broken only by the whisper of the wind through the trees. Phoenix lets out a soft, questioning meow, a sound swallowed by the immense emptiness of the forest. There is no answer. The first hours are a blur of fear and instinct. Phoenix, whose biggest adventure was once chasing a sunbeam across the living room floor, must now become a survivor. He finds temporary shelter under a low-hanging fir branch, its dense needles offering a meager shield from the falling snow. Hunger soon gnaws at his belly, a sharp, unfamiliar pain. He remembers the soft crunch of kibble, the smell of his favorite treats. A fleeting memory flashes through his mind, his owner, a kind face smiling down, a hand stroking his back as he purrs contentedly. The memory is a warm ache in his chest, a stark contrast to the icy reality he now faces. It's this memory, this deep-seated bond, that fuels his will to live. He must survive. He must get back to that warmth, that love. Driven by a primal urge he never knew he possessed, Phoenix begins to explore his new, hostile world. Days blur into a grueling routine of survival. Phoenix learns the rhythms of the forest. He learns to tread softly on the snow, his paws leaving faint prints that are quickly erased by the wind. He learns that the slightest rustle in the undergrowth could mean a potential meal. His domestic senses, once dulled by a life of comfort, sharpen to a razor's edge. He becomes a hunter. We see him stalking a field mouse, his body low to the ground, a picture of intense focus. It's a clumsy first attempt, but he learns. He watches, he waits, and he pounces. Success isn't guaranteed, and many days hunger is his only companion. But he persists. Each small victory, a mouse caught, a sip of water from a partially frozen stream, is a monumental triumph. He is no longer just a house cat. He is a creature of the wild, honed by necessity. As the days turn into weeks, the wilderness continues to test him. He faces dangers he couldn't have imagined. The howl of distant wolves at night sends shivers down his spine, forcing him to burrow deeper into his makeshift dens. He learns to distinguish the shadow of a hawk overhead from the harmless flutter of a falling leaf. The cold is a constant enemy, seeping into his bones. Yet through it all, those brief, gentle flashbacks of his life before the crash are his lifeline. He sees his owner's face. Hears the familiar, loving voice calling his name, Phoenix. He remembers curling up on a soft blanket, the rhythmic beat of a human heart lulling him to sleep. These memories are not just ghosts of the past. They are a promise of a future he is fighting with every ounce of his being to reclaim. They are the fire that keeps him going when every instinct tells him to give up. One morning, a new sound cuts through the forest's quiet murmur. It's a rhythmic, chopping sound, faint at first, then growing louder, more distinct. Hump, hump, hump. Phoenix freezes, his ears swiveling, trying to place the unfamiliar noise. It's mechanical, alien to this world of wood and snow. He peeks out from his hiding spot, his green eyes wide with a mixture of fear and curiosity. High above the treetops, a helicopter circles, a dark shape against the pale sky. Hope, a feeling he had almost forgotten, sparks within him. Could it be? Could someone be coming for him? The sound is both terrifying and exhilarating. He watches as the helicopter lands in a clearing not far from the crash site. Figures emerge, dressed in bright, heavy gear. They are people. Humans. A rescue team begins to comb through the area, their voices calling out, their movements methodical and careful. For Phoenix, who has spent weeks avoiding any and all creatures, the instinct to hide is strong. He stays concealed, a small, silent observer in the snow. He watches as the rescuers work, their expressions somber as they survey the wreckage. One rescuer, a man with a gentle face, separates from the group, his eyes scanning the periphery. He moves slowly, deliberately, as if searching for something more. His gaze sweeps over the landscape, and for a moment it lands on the spot where Phoenix is hiding. Their eyes meet. The man stops. He doesn't move forward, doesn't shout. He simply stands there, his expression softening. He crouches down, making himself smaller, less threatening. Slowly, he reaches into his pack and pulls out a small can. The rescuer opens the can, and a scent wafts through the cold air, the rich, savory smell of fish. It's a smell from another lifetime, a scent that floods Phoenix's mind with memories of home and safety. His stomach growls, a powerful, undeniable command. But fear still holds him captive. The man doesn't press. He places the open can on the snow, a few feet in front of him, and then slowly backs away, giving Phoenix space. He sits down quietly, waiting with endless patience. It's a silent negotiation, a bridge of trust being built between man and beast. Phoenix is torn. Every fiber of his being screams at him to run, to stay hidden. But the aroma of the food and the quiet, non-threatening posture of the man calls to him. He takes a hesitant step forward, then another. The rescuer remains perfectly still, his voice a low, soothing murmur. "It's okay, little guy. It's okay. Come on." After what feels like an eternity, Phoenix makes his decision. He inches forward, his belly low to the ground, his eyes never leaving the man. He reaches the can and devours the food, the first real meal he's had in weeks. The rescuer smiles, a small, triumphant smile. He waits until Phoenix is finished before slowly extending a gloved hand. Phoenix flinches, but the hand stops, waiting for his permission. He sniffs the glove, the scent of the kind human now familiar. He leans in just a fraction and nudges the hand with his head. It's a gesture of surrender, of trust. The rescuer gently strokes his fur, and for the first time since the crash, Phoenix feels the comforting touch of a human hand. He is safe. The ordeal is over. The rescuer carefully wraps him in a warm blanket and carries him back to the helicopter, whispering promises of warmth and a reunion that is just around the corner. Phoenix is flown away from the wilderness that was both his prison and his proving ground. He receives immediate veterinary care. He's thin, exhausted, and has a few minor scrapes, but the veterinarian is astounded. He is a survivor in every sense of the word. News of the little ginger cat who survived the crash spreads, and soon the most important phone call is made. The final scene is one of pure, unadulterated joy. Phoenix's owner, who had been waiting with bated breath, rushes into the veterinary clinic. Phoenix, the cat's ears perk up at the sound of that beloved voice. He is placed on the floor, and he runs a ginger blur straight into the arms of his human. It's a reunion filled with tears, purrs, and overwhelming relief. Back at home, Phoenix curls up in his favorite spot, the soft blanket by the fireplace. He is no longer a wild hunter, but a cherished pet once more. He is home, he is safe, he is loved. Phoenix, the cat who fell from the sky, has completed his journey. Thanks for watching. If you were moved by Phoenix's incredible story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more amazing tales of survival and hope.